Hello and welcome back! We're continuing our way through round 2 of the group stage here at the Gauntlet of Greatness. We are in Group A. So the winner's bracket match is Faeries versus Tinker. Winner gets a spot in the top 8. Loser goes to a win-and-in match next round against the deck that just won between Erhnageddon and Replenish. I will avoid spoilers in case you're watching the videos on demand. So, this matchup, these are two pretty iconic decks. The Fairy deck and the Tinker deck, both very good. Here you see Fairies, right? You've got Thoughtseize, Ancestral Vision. These are very good Magic cards. I mean, it's a very efficient deck, right? Bitter Blossom comes down on turn 2. That turns on Spell Stutter Sprite. You've got, the Scion of Una Mistbind Click part of the deck, probably not at its best against Tinker. Rune Snag, good Metalworker draw can actually pay for a Rune Snag, but Cryptic Command is still going to be pretty good. And you know what? I don't particularly want to get Phyrexian Processor bounced after I pay a bunch of life for it, so I don't know. I feel like the Tinker deck is going to be the more broken of these two decks, but I wouldn't count Fairies out. Here is that Tinker deck. This is, still kind of hanging out at Urza Saga era standard, although this is actually at the end of the Masks block year. This was the World Championship deck piloted by John Finkel. Played basically a mirror match. It was like 73 or 74 card mirror against Bob Maher in the finals. It's a bunch of fast mana, right? Monolith with Voltaic Key, Metalworker can tap for 1 billion mana, approximately. Tangle Wires can lock them down, and then you sink that mana into, not the most ridiculous things, but Phyrexian Processor, Masticore, Phyrexian Colossus. They'll get the job done. So it's a ton of mana. Essentially it's a ramp deck is what it is. It's a bunch of fast mana and the most powerful threats you could come up with to sink colorless mana into. So that's the matchup. You like the Tinker side of this, Shadow? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. So what I was saying before is that I think Tinker is more consistent. Obviously, I've got 3 Thoughtseizes and a little bit of mana-based permission to try to stop you, but I feel like I am too slow, and what I want to do will just... I can either do what I need to do and try to win, or I can just stay untapped and then do nothing, which may or may not even work, and you're faster and more consistent.
I don't know about more consistent. I'm pretty sure I'm actually less consistent, because it's a whole bunch of fast mana and then a relatively small number of threats to sink that fast mana into. You're the more consistent deck. That said, you still make a good point. I'm the broken deck, and my fast mana can get out in front of your counter magic, so...
Right. Mine requires me to get something out, get out a threat or two, and then try to slow you down, or you just have to get one thing and then you just win.
If you survive till turn 3, you're probably winning.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for turn 3, so... All right.
Match is up. I will mute you, and we can chat more after the match.
Sounds good.
What do you guys think in the chat? Who wins this matchup? Tinker? Can't see Fairies winning. Vendilion Click would have helped. It's true. This is not... The Vendilion Click does not exist in this Fairies deck. Alright. All I have is a Crystal Vein. Crystal Vein is not good enough to get Metalworker. I mean, hypothetically, if I draw a land on my first or second turn, I can play turn 2 Metalworker, but... Oh, there's no mana in that draw. Yikes. I mean, I guess I'm keeping it. I get a Scry. Wow. So... I can do turn 2 Tinker with this draw? Right, in theory, I could go Scary Tapped, turn 2, play and sacrifice Crystal Vein, drop Voltaic Key, spend my other 3 mana on a Tinker. I could have done this. I cannot do this through a Thoughtseize. Why didn't Fairies play Vendilion Click? It hadn't been printed yet, right? What set was it in? Didn't it come after? Vendilion Click is just in Lorwyn? Why did these players not play Vendilion Click? It's a good question, actually. I took a deck from the Pro Tour Maybe they just chose not to play Vendilion Click. Because they were more in on this, like, you know, Scion of Una plan. Weird. Mistbind Click was the big click that people played. Is that just wrong? I don't think Tangle Wire is where I want to be. I don't know, maybe if we went back, we could just build a better Faeries deck than what was winning Pro Tours. He could Spell Stutter Sprite this, which is annoying, but nothing I can do about it. Rune Snag I can pay for. And I will. Do I play Tangle Wire here? I mean, I can pay... I think I do. Yeah, I went to Paulo Vitor Gammarosa's Faeries list. This is Paulo's list. I don't think he had Vendilion Click in Standard in the first year Faeries was around. Like, you kind of have to decide when you're going back and looking at historical Faeries lists. Like, do you want the versions that have access to Ancestral Visions, which is in the block before, right? It's in the Spiral block. Or do you want, like, a year later? Do you want the block after Lorwyn? I thought Ancestral Visions was the right answer. So I have from the first year that Faeries was around. But yeah, I mean, this was the deck that was doing well at the Pro Tour that year. Oh, I just did this back. No. Fade, right? Doesn't matter. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yup. Man, I thought I was going to lose this game. I no longer think I'm going to lose this game. I mean, Cryptic Command is still pretty good against me, but it's going to be tough for him to do through a Tangle Wire. This guy is 8/8 and very hard to block. He can block once with Bitter Blossom. If he can keep 3 creatures untapped, I guess. But still, is that really a winning play? Like, he's paid enough life that I only have to hit him twice. Here's the Cryptic Command. Oh, Mistbind Click. Right. Tap all lands target player controls. Oh, he gets to do this as a response to the Tangle Wire. So it's just going to force me to tap the Colossus, isn't it? Alright. That's annoying. Well, this is what Voltaic Key is for. Untapping Phyrexian Colossus. Alright, fades to 2. Doesn't actually force me to tap the Colossus. So... spend my mana. And crunch. Keep the island for bluffing? I don't think bluffing makes any sense. I'm just going to use my land drop. Yeah, I don't actually remember what Shards of Alarlock added to the fairy deck. I just remember going back and I had to pick a year, and Ancestral Visions just seemed more powerful than anything that was going on in the year after. Alright, so if he keeps 3 fairies, whatever, he hits me for 4? He's going to have to come up with a Cryptic Command. And even then, I have a chance to get him anyway. Like, I guess Cryptic Command makes it close. But if he can't, like, he can't terror this. It's an artifact creature. Like, he has the wrong removal spell for this meta. Really? Why would you not attack with a 4/4? 4, 5, 6, 7. Is Scion of Una going to come down and he's actually going to beat up my Colossus in combat? Is that a thing that's going to happen? That's kind of crazy. Oh, second misbind click. Got it. So now what? I get to kill 2 misbinds. Oh, maybe this is why I was supposed to hold Island? I don't know. Possible. If I top deck Tinker, I'm certainly going to wish I was holding this Island rather than getting it tapped by second misbind click. Fine, we'll hold this one. It's got to be right to just force mass trade. Like, the race versus Bitter Blossom becomes close. I can't afford to just let him have a pair of 4/4 flyers. I feel like I have to race. I mean, I have to trade for the 2 4/4s. Right? He's just going to start attacking me with them. Or is this way he's going to start attacking me with Mutavaults? Yeah, I do not, in fact... Bitter Blossom, he can outrace the Bitter Blossom. I have to draw something. I mean, he can attack me for 2, 4, 6. Well, I guess he's a mana short of that. If he goes land, he can attack me for 8. If he doesn't have a land, it's 6. But whatever, it's like a 3-turn clock. It's a 2 or 3 turn clock? Ancestral Visions. I don't know if he can attack me for 12, but 3 turn clock is still fast enough to beat Bitter Blossom. It's not like I have direct damage in my deck. Well, put up a pretty good fight for a multi-5, followed by a Thoughtseize. But I don't know what I can top deck at this point. Masticore, maybe? If I top deck Masticore, I can gun down all the flying fairies, block 1 Mutavault. Yeah, I think Masticore does it. So I think I have to top deck a Tinker or a Masticore. Tinker for Crumbling Sanctuary also does it, I think. Or at least buys me time. Yep, one draw step. Needs to be a very good one. Tangle Wire is not going to get it done. Wow. Can't get the last 2 damage through. That's a good game. What is my sideboard? Does he have anything in his sideboard? He's got Sowers. He's got Damnations. Huh. I don't think I want Annul just for Bitter Blossom. Like, it's so not what my deck is doing. I might want Rising Waters. Except, no, he doesn't need that much mana. He's all kind of instant speed. Miscalculation could be good, and I can cycle it. But what are my bad cards, right? I mean, Wire is solid, but unspectacular. I like being able to lock his mana. I mean, these Brainstorms are kind of dorky, right? There's no reshuffle in the deck. They're literally just cycling cards. I mean, small bursts of selectivity, fine. You can recycle with you can reshuffle with a Tinker. But other than Tinker, you're just drawing the cards. You're just a card deeper in your library, which isn't nothing, but it's also not a lot. I mean, look, there are situations where Miscalculation could be good. There could be situations where Rising Waters is good. I don't see it, though. None of these cards are obviously better. Do I really want a 4-mana Winter Orb? I'm just gonna run it. Maybe one. We'll try one copy of Rising Waters. One Miscalculation. Clearly, I don't want to draw multiples of any of these things. So this is... Well, it's turn 2 processor, but I can't do anything with it, so that's bad. It doesn't really have fast mana, this draw. Kind of hoping this Brainstorm is going to help. And the fact that I get to scry off the mulligan makes me... Man, I think this is a mulligan. Like, it's 2 processors. The second processor doesn't do very much, and I don't have enough mana to activate a processor. This draw's not great. And there's a scry mulligan now, so... Yeah, this draw's much better. There's the Rising Waters. Should we try it? What am I doing? I'm turn 1 Scary. Turn 2 Scary, sack Crystal Vein for Dynamo and Key. So that's 4... And Masticore if I want it. Sure. Weird. Chat's asking about Grand Prix coverage. Yes, I will be covering more Grand Prix. I am signed up for 11 days in Spain. I'm going to do Grand Prix Barcelona and then not leave until Pro Tour Madrid, which is the following weekend. And then I'm also signed up for Grand Prix Toronto. And then that's, I think, as far out as anything is booked at this point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all supposed to happen. I don't know. I have a 4/4 with a massive drawback, but also the ability to shoot down your fairies. Is that good? Maybe that's good. I think I'm supposed to discard the island here and put Rising Waters into play. It's all very weird. I lose my mana, which is awkward. But what are you going to do? The really annoying part is that I'm Mastercore locked. Right? I can pay for a Rune Snag, which is nice. I can regenerate, although I don't know what I'd be regenerating from. But I don't get to cast any more spells. Next time I cast a spell, I lose my Mastercore forever. I had cleverly played around the drawback of Rising Waters by not having any lands. Which is kind of funny. I did use my blue mana. I mean, I don't have anything to do with it. It's basically only cast Tinker. Tinker and Brainstorm. And Brainstorm doesn't do much when you're Mastercore locked. I now have the ability to shoot down Mutavaults. Oh, he spent his mana on Ancestral Visions. There we go. It's like, how did that island get tapped? Hopefully Rising Waters is annoying to him. No guarantee that it is. Floating a mana. You're casting instants. I guess I could have just cast it during my end step. Not actually turning a profit, but it's cute. Oh, I guess it lets him upkeep Cryptic, right? Because this triggers the beginning of upkeep. It lets him get off a 4-mana. Oh, he just used Rising Waters to get off a Cryptic command. That's funny. But he's bouncing the Rising Waters. And what? And drawing a card. Okay. Weird. Oh, it's because I have no blue mana, so it effectively disenchanted it. Yeah, I mean, I can go land Rising Waters, but then I'll lose my Mastercore. He'll be at 4, so that's not a good plan. See if we get there. This is going to be like Mistbind or Cryptic Command or Scoop. I believe those are the options. Okay, Chump Block. Doesn't actually work. Funny. This doesn't work either, right? A valiant effort. But turn 2 Masticore, good enough. What a weird game. One. On to game 3. Yeah, I guess I liked Rising Waters there. It seemed decent. I don't know how much I like Miscalc. I guess it's decent. It worked that time, right? Let's try it. There are no manas in this draw. I guess that's an easy mulligan. Not even tempting. Yeah. So it's port. I get to Dynamo. So it's... Wow. So I need both mana and also something to sink it into before this draw does anything? I think I'm better off at 5. Like, it has multiple... If it only had one flaw, I would keep it. I'd get my Scry. I'd get a draw step or two. Like, turn this into a Colossus or a Processor, and then, okay, fine. I'll assume I can find land 3 from Metalworker. But even if I find land 3 from Metalworker, I don't have anything to do with it yet. Wow. I think that's a keep. Like, if this draw's going to go anywhere, it's because I come up with, like, a 2-mana land. Jeez. Yeah, I think I have to keep that. Maybe port him a couple of turns. What is this, 5 mulligans in the match? The good news is the hand isn't super vulnerable to Thoughtseize. Yeah, takes Processor. Sounds right. If we come up with a land next turn, we're in good shape. So hypothetically, I could sack this for Dynamo for Metalworker. I don't know that that's any better. I guess it means I have Dynamo next turn. Maybe that is better. Oh, I could also... No, I don't think Dynamo for Tanglewire is the right answer. So I can play Metalworker. But if he has an answer to Metalworker, that's bad. If I play Dynamo... If I sack the Crystal Vein, but I play Dynamo Metalworker, then I have at least 5 mana next turn. And hopefully 9? I mean, it's funny. Holding Dynamo makes 2 with the Metalworker. Yeah, I see chat speculating about whether Urza plus Masks is actually broken. Urza block without the banned list is the problem. They banned, there's like a dozen cards banned by the time we got here. Tinker didn't make the cut in the first, 10 cards they banned from Urza block. I don't know, maybe it's only 8, but still. This is what happens with the leftovers. Like, Saga block without a BNR list, used to be playing Academy and Memory Jar decks at this point. Masks wouldn't matter. But yeah, it is interesting. I mean, they banned enough stuff that these decks were only occasionally absurd. Dynamo certainly in play taps for more mana than it does with Metalworker. It also means I'm not all in on Metalworker. So that's my plan. So 3, 4, 5, hopefully 9, hopefully 11. Even 9 lets me go Masticore, shoot a Fairy, Tanglewire, which seems pretty good. And he's missing land drops, right? Right. So Spellstutter Sprite can hurt me? Wow, Spellstutter Sprite does hurt me. There's 4 fairies. This is a fairy. So does that mean I Tanglewire? Oh, I can port. Oh, that's what I do. And then I can do stuff post-combat if he floats. I mean, I lose the ability to shoot a fairy is what I lose. Well, I lose the ability to both Tanglewire and shoot a fairy. So I have to decide. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Masticore shoot both his fairies? No, I want to hold the island. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Masticore shoot a fairy, I think is the play. Where am I going to have to regenerate from? I don't think he has a removal spell that makes me regenerate. So I'm just going to not take this damage. I hope I'm not forgetting something that's going to single-handedly determine the fate of the matchup and the free world. Appears I'm not. Funny. I see no reason to let him block. I don't know if I'm favored in this matchup. Like, I think I'm going to win it, but I am not convinced I'm favored. He's obviously been pinched on lands here. Of course, I also took a bunch of mulligans, so... And I almost won the first game off of Multi 5. Yeah, he has Terrors, not Doomblades. Willing to take that damage to see if there's something else coming. I guess there's nothing that can be coming. I don't know. Maybe I took a damage I didn't need to. Doesn't matter. Let's make 4 mana. Kill all the things. Mastercore is shockingly good. Like, you see why the flavor text on Deep Analysis is the specimen appears to be broken, right? And it's a picture of a Mastercore. Oh, it's pretty... Oh, that's what I need to regenerate from! Oh, he did have it! Of course, I have a backup Mastercore, but still, there was the answer. Slaughter Pact. Wait, where's this black mana coming from? Doesn't he just die? He can't pay the upkeep. Because his land's all tapped for blue. Yeah, he can't get black mana out of this. Funny. Like, I think I've just got it. Because River of Tears does not actually tap for black, even though it looks like it taps for black. Yeah. No reason to Tangle Wire because he has to tap all his permanents.
I would like to announce before my next upkeep that mistakes were made.
Yeah. River of Tears doesn't actually tap for black mana.
Well, it looks like it does, and I was dying.
Hey, look, for 5-10 seconds there, I thought he got me. I mean, I have a backup Masticore, but that was the thing I needed to regenerate from. And then I'm like, wait a minute. You had me for a good 5 or 10 seconds.
My hand's so bad.
Yeah, no, you're dead here, right?
I'm so dead. Like, even if I had black mana, like, what am I going to do? I'm going to stay tapped out for this turn?
Right.
And then I have to deal with another Masticore.
Yeah, exactly. Sad trombone.
You know what? I feel like if I had lands, I mean, I guess you were land shy too, but like if I had lands, I feel like I could have been able to do something this match.
No, I was
it's not nearly as lopsided as I thought it would be.
I was saying the same thing before you came on. I was saying I honestly don't know if I'm favored in this matchup because it felt like here you were mana screwed, and it was still, you were still doing some stuff. Thoughtseize is great. But I also took 5 mulligans across the 3 games, and I almost won the first game off of Multi 5, right? It's only because you came up with a second misbind click to trade with my Phyrexian Colossus.
Yes.
That you were able to sort of stabilize the first game.
Yep, but you were slightly slower than I thought, which meant that I might be able to do something, but my permission's really bad against you. You're really bad.
I mean, Cryptic Command's all right, but...
Sure.
Because the bounce ability is pretty good.
Right, the bounce.
Right, Cryptic Command's a good card. I'll stand. You're right. Your permission is just bad. Spellstutter Sprite doesn't suck. Like, you could have actually... I had to port you pre-combat because you could Spellstutter Sprite a Masticore. Like, you had 4... The Bitter Blossom is a fairy too, so, 2 rogues and a Bitter Blossom, and all of a sudden Spellstutter can hit Masticore.
Yep.